Okay, guess what we're going to talk about? You probably know. It's the last letter in GBOMS, which is Dr. Furman's acronym for getting the most important foods in the body each day. So G is for greens. First B is for beans or lentils. O is for onion. M is for mushroom. And S
B, you've got another B here.
B.
Berries.
B is for berries. That's right. That's what we did last week. And S, our final letter, is seeds and nuts.
Yeah, seeds and nuts, right. So most everybody puts those in the same category. They're very, very similar. And so we did a little research into why is nuts and seeds so important. And it's really interesting to see that, like, since the 1990s, actually, they've been looking at a relationship between the consumption of nuts and seeds with heart disease. And they've seen quite a correlation. There's quite a reduction in heart disease. So what they found way back then was that it's like having 5 or more servings of nuts and seeds in a week reduced the risk of coronary heart disease by 35%.
That is good.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we like that.
You know, this is the #1 killer in North America. And to reduce your risk by a third just by having, I guess, what are they, a daily serving, they talk about 1 ounce.
Yeah.
It's a daily serving. I think actually we recommend a little bit more, like tablespoon per meal 3 times a day. Yeah. So that's like 1.5 ounces.
And a good way to get it is with our oil-free nut and seed dressings that are on the website here. They're so delicious, and they add a lot to greens and veggies and grain and beans, whatever you want to use it on.
Yeah, so this is another good reason to have the nut or seed dressings, is that it provides that healthy fat so that all of the nutrients, the oil-soluble nutrients like vitamin E and that are in the other foods that we're eating are assimilated really well.
Yes, true. And seeds and nuts are high in fiber, which the microbiome loves, and very high in protein. So that helps as well to make sure we get enough protein each day, which is easy to do on a whole food plant-based diet anyway.
Yeah. And so getting back to the research, when they saw that there was a reduction in heart disease, they were curious as to why. And what they found was that there's a natural tendency for the cholesterol to drop with nuts and seeds. And also it's been found like adding flaxseed to the diet has been shown to help lower high blood pressure. So both blood pressure and cholesterol are regulated better with nuts and seeds as a regular part of the diet.
You know what that points out to me is how we've been so blessed with whole foods. Each one plays a different role, but it's an important role to have great health. All we have to do is eat them, fix them and eat them. Right. So good.
In the whole food form instead of processed, it makes such a difference. Yeah. And another area that's being researched more and more now is cancer. And there's a number of findings that associate the consumption of nuts and seeds with reduced risk of cancer. And an interesting finding is that they found when nuts and seeds were eaten regularly in adolescence, it lowered the risk of breast cancer in later age.
Wow, that's good.
It like sets up the condition. So I was thinking about how valuable it is to get our kids eating a whole food plant-based, because it really does seem like what we eat when we're young kind of sets a tempo or a condition in the body that really carries through.
Yeah, especially as we age.
Mm-hmm.
You and I noticed that.
Yeah, right. Nuts and seeds are also shown to be related to what do they call it? Improved insulin sensitivity. So that reduces the risk of diabetes.
Great.
So, I mean, across the board, these little guys are golden.
Yeah.
Golden. Yeah. And the last thing we wanted to bring up is longevity. This is something that Connie and I really like the idea of. And basically, it points out that people who eat nuts and seeds regularly have a much lower risk of dying from heart disease, dying from stroke, and dying from cancer. So, well, actually, there was one meta-analysis where they kind of looked at all the research of a number of different big research groups, and they found that there was a reduced risk of death from all causes by 27%,
Wow, that's impressive.
just with like 5 servings a week. So 5
Wow.
ounces a week,
Wow.
and it reduced the risk of all causes 27%. Cardiovascular death was reduced by 39%.
So good.
So
Yeah.
they're good little guys.
Good little guys.
Yeah.
Tell them about your delicious bars that you.
So yeah, we bought a commercial nut and seed bar the other day out at the health food store, a little bit hungry. And so we both had some of it, and it was like, well, we could do better than
Not
this.
very good.
It didn't
It was
really
way
impress
too
us.
sweet and
Yeah.
not very good.
So we put together a little recipe of our own. So we're going to share that with you this week.
Yeah, it's a nut and seed bar that is absolutely delicious. You'll enjoy it.
So easy to make and good for you. So get your nuts and seeds.
Yeah,
Live
get your
longer.
nuts and seeds. Follow the GBOM acronym each day.
Every day. Okay. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye now.